Hey, what's up YouTube? This is TeamDarkHorse's Blue here, presenting you with a deck profile today. We've got X-Sabers, in case you couldn't tell. First off, you'll notice 2 Darksoul. Not really my choice. My friend was going to be getting a 3rd. He didn't have it in time for locals, so I decided to go without it because I still thought I could do pretty good. So that's why there's 2 of these guys. Airbellum is a terrible replacement for it, but I couldn't think of anything else, especially with Tech Super Nimble, so I've got 4 targets with it. I never really needed all 4 targets, but it was still nice to know that I wasn't going to run out of targets for it, especially as quick as the deck gets out Darksoul. I went 7-3 at our locals. I whooped Plant Synchro all day, but sadly I lost to my friend's Naturia Synchro deck, which is also on our channel. But
you heard it from him, guys. You heard it.
I was still pretty happy with that, especially without the 3rd Darksoul. Start us off, we've got 2 Faltrol. I've not been running the deck very long, but so far I really like having 2. I think if I had a 3rd, I think it'd be dead a lot more. I mean, I'd draw into the card plenty without even having to search it out. So I don't know, I just really like the 2.
So 3's too much?
Yeah, I kind of think so. I've not play tested a whole lot at 3. I'm sure I'll try it eventually, but for right now, I'm sticking with 2. Then we move over to Bogart Knight. Bogart Knight's just an awesome card. It's how you set up your 2 to get out Faltrol. You do Bogart, and then if you can do Poshul, drop Faltrol, sync for Hyunli. If you trap stun or cold wave, that's a pretty big play, leading to some pretty big minuses for your opponent. Full Helm Knight, awesome card this format, especially playing against a lot of Plant Synchro. His effect to run over little guys and then bring your Darksoul back to the field, or whatever you need, and sync with it is just amazing, and it always helps to be able to negate an attack, especially since the deck stalls and blocks pretty well as is. 2 Airbellum, like I said, should only be 1, but he's still a pretty good card. Like he's not like as good as the other 2 tuners in the deck, but still like the 1600 attack, still like the random discard when he pokes directly. Not much else to say. Darksoul, you guys know what this does. It's just amazing. Searches out anything that you could possibly need. If your opponent's trying to push you for advantage, go for Poshul. Just try and stall him out, because a lot of times you add him to your hand, set another X-Saber, they immediately probably assume it's Poshul, they might try and get rid of it, and then you've still got it in your hand, you set it next turn, and they've probably wasted an out to it. Or if not, they struggle to find an out to it. Besides like the obvious like Raiko and Caius, and then they face your trap lineup to stop that. So then we've got Emmer's Blade. I'm not sure how I feel about 3. I think had I had the 3rd Darksoul, I might try dropping it to 2, but since I don't, he was pretty handy at bringing out Darksoul all day, so not many complaints there. Poshul, awesome card, blocked people all day. It was pretty ridiculous when I'd go like 3 or 4 turns of probably bad draws on my part, and them not really knowing what to do. It was pretty funny to watch people's expression when they thought they were attacking Darksoul or Emmer's Blade, and it turned out to be worse than that.
Did the life point damage ever cost you for anything big?
It did on like 1 or 2 occasions, but the way I see it is like if it was anything else, I probably wouldn't have lived those 3 or 4 turns anyway. So at least then it gave me a chance to try and pull something off top deck, Dark Hole or Monster Reborn, something big to try and turn it around. And I think he definitely did help with that on multiple occasions. We've got Super Nimble, kind of tech, but I've seen it in a lot of Saber decks. It's really useful for bringing out Darksoul, and the nice thing about him compared to Emmer's Blade is that he doesn't have to be attacked into. You can flip him face up on your own, get out Airbellum or Darksoul, do whatever you want with him. If you're playing a deck that really tries to defend itself, like Plant Synchro, he's better in that matchup than Emmer's Blade is, because they very rarely attack into your monsters. So definitely helped out with that matchup all day. And then the other tech, Effect Veiler, I was really happy with this card. This card helped out a lot. They would summon debris, try and bring out their Dandelion to blow up the field. I would Effect Veiler. They would get really sad. They would tribute a token or something for Caius, think they were going to remove one of my monsters. I would Effect Veiler, and then they were forced to attack, and then if I had like Bottomless or Mirror Force or anything, book, that stopped them, and they wasted a Caius. Moving on to the spell lineup, we've got obvious Cold Wave. Play Cold Wave, go off with your combo, bring out your monsters, your Fall Troll, Sync, give them all the minuses with Gotems. Just a real awesome card. Pot of Duality, I only ran one because the deck special summons a lot on your opponent's turn, but it also does it on your turn, like if you want to do Bogart and then special summon Fall Troll. So I felt like maybe I'd play around with 2. I definitely know 3 is way too many, but for right now I was using 1, and I don't think it was ever a dead draw, because at very least I would sit on it for a turn and then play it the next turn.
7 minutes.
Triple book was really big with Full Helm Knight, book their guy, attack into him, get out Darksoul, or just stop him in general. Trunade, same reasoning as Cold Wave. Darkhold staple, Monster Reborn staple. Gold Sark to get out your Trunade or your Cold Wave. And Rhoda, because you've got 2 Poshul and 3 Full Helm Knight, so that's more than enough Rhoda targets. Traps, staple Bottomless. 2 Solemn Warning. I really liked 2. I don't ever think the life point cost was too much for 2. I really like having monster negation, especially since this deck tries to swarm, so you kind of need to stop your opponent from summoning too much. Staple Mirror Force, staple Solemn Judgment. Only ran 2 Gotems Emergency Call. I think that's all I needed with the 2 Fall Troll, 2 Darksoul, 2 Airbellum. Like, if I was running more Sabers, I might consider a 3rd, but for right now, 2 is fine. And 2 Traps done. Not as good as Trunade or Cold Wave, but it'll stop them from Solemn Warning and Bottomless trying to stop your big plays. Moving on to the extra deck, we have a Chimeratech Fortress Dragon, because I did side Cyber Dragon. I almost always see machines that are locals, but didn't that day, so oh well. 1 Cataster, obvious staple. Naturi Beast, staple for X-Sabers, just awesome. Stop your opponent's spells. Naturi Barkion, really big card. Stop their traps. Like, obviously you don't want to do it too early and have nothing to remove, but it was pretty awesome in most scenarios. Goyo, Brionic staple. 2 Hyunli. I liked having 2. There was multiple games where I decided to sync for it twice and still got out Barkion. Airbellum, I feel like since the deck runs enough 3-star tuners plus Bogart Knight, it's worth having him just in case of emergencies. Black Rose Dragon, staple.
20.
Stardust, Scrap Dragon, Colossal staple, and 2 XX-Saber Gotems. Just awesome card. Ditch their whole hand. That's pretty much game a lot of the times. Alright, that's my X-Saber deck. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Peace out, YouTube.